Episode 13. I've been horrible, absolutely horrible about pulling this camera out and videotaping some of the stuff that I've been doing, and I apologize, but I'm under a very short time frame now. I have some busy work coming up, and I need to get this thing finished and to Indiana. So today is pretty much cleanup day and PEX waterline running. And I'll show you some things that I've done that I haven't really filmed. So come along. So before I get started into the work part of today, I've had a lot of questions about insurance and the retitle of the bus to an RV, and I'm gonna briefly speak about it, but I have a plan, and I'm hoping that within the next couple weeks the plan comes together. But here's how it goes. I'm in Ohio, and I have the title to the bus in my name, and it's still considered a bus, which you need a CDL, and there's weight limits and all the things that come with a bus. So you have to have the title retitled to an RV. Now, for that to happen, you need to have a state inspection, and I'm working on that. That is a slow developing process of getting an inspection, because I just want to have it inspected once and right. I don't want to have to do it twice. So that is hopefully going to happen within the next day or two. Once the inspection is over with, I can try to get insurance. Insurance, from what I understand, is a very difficult thing to get, because in the past people have taken these buses and maybe parked them to hunt out of, and they've made them very sketchy with wood burners and dangerous things, and then they catch on fire, and then the insurance company has a claim. And so the insurance companies have made some pretty strict guidelines. I have a buddy of mine that is working on that for me. Before I can do anything, I have to have the inspection. But my process is, once the inspection is done and I have it retitled, I need to submit pictures to my buddy's insurance company for them to authorize whether they're going to insure me or not, to make sure that the work that was done in the bus was quality and not just sketchy. And then I have to go through that process. So if I don't get insured by them, I have to try someone else, and realistically I have about 5 weeks before the first home game. I am prepared to stay in a hotel still that weekend if I'm not finished, but I'm hoping everything comes together and starts to finish up here very, very shortly, because I have a photography side business that I have a lot of work going on pretty soon. So again, today, tidying up, running PEX water lines, hooking up the freshwater tank, are my agendas for the weekend. So a lot of you are probably thinking, why are you putting PEX underneath the bus? Running the lines underneath the bus, they'll freeze in the winter. And you're right. But again, I'm not using this bus to live in, and I'm not using it to camp in the winter. It's going to be a fall, spring, and summer bus. So water lines under the bus is easy. PEX is super easy. And that's what I'm going to do. So to show you PEX, this is going to be the cold line that's going to be stubbed up underneath the sink in the kitchen. Hardest thing about this is try to get it straight, but from what I understand, if you lay it out in the sun, it flattens out. But so this is going to be stubbed up in the kitchen. This, I don't know what length I need yet, so it's going to go to the bathroom toilet. So I need to stub it up in the kitchen and make a 90. So you have these, the crimper and rings and your fitting. Ring and fitting. Two rings. So you put the ring on the pecs. You put the fitting, the bar, this is a barb fitting. You put it in, slide the ring up to around there. Hope that's in focus. And then you grab your crimper. And you crimp it. And that's it. That thing is not going to leak. It's all pre-measured. It's all pre-done for you. No soldering, no flux. This is the best thing in plumbing that's come along in a long time. And it's the first time actually I've ever used it, because I live in a house that's super old. I've never had to use it, but this is new to me. And it's super easy. So now this part, I don't really know how much I need to go to the bathroom toilet, so I just leave it coiled up, and I can cut it when I get over there. So ring, 90, crimper, and crimp. And that's it. That's the 90 going up to the kitchen sink right here. The rest of this will go to the toilet, which isn't that far off. And I'll do the same thing when I get to the toilet. I'll put a T in there because I need to continue this line back to the pump in the tank. So a T there, T up to the toilet, and continue on to the back of the bus. But I'll show you all that. But isn't this easy? So I'm going to be drilling 2 holes through the bus here for the water lines from the underneath to come up, and my water pump will be right around in this area. By the time this bus is finished, I'm probably going to need 2 knee replacements. Probably should have worn knee pads. And by the way, I'm hooked up to shore power. My panel's done. I'm into a real receptacle instead of a extension cord. I'll show you all that in a little bit. So I have the entire water system hooked up. Tank has all its fittings. I have the fill line, the vent line, the drain line, and the discharge line, all coming out of the fresh water tank. And just now I started putting water in the tank. Right there is my fill line, and there's the line. You can see the the tubing right next to the line, which is the vent. So you have the fill line, which is all of this going over to the tank. You can hear it filling. You can probably see that where the water level is. It obviously fills in the top. The other side of the tank has the vent line, which is the clear tubing, which goes back to the fill spot. On the other side on the bottom is the drain, and that is the discharge, and that's the pump, and that's all the PEX. Now, this season, I'm only going to have cold water. I'm not even putting in a hot water tank yet this year. That's going to be next year's project. My son lives a block away from the stadium, so I'm going to be bothering him for my showers. I'll show you where I put the vent. So there's the vent. Comes through the floor and with tubing, and it just got capped off. I was going to put a valve there, but I couldn't find the one to fit it, so it's just capped. So every time I want to drain the tank, I take the cap off, tank drains. I did a photo shoot the other night on my Facebook page and Instagram, and it's somewhat still cleaned up. This three-way switch turns the lighting on. It goes all the way around. When you come in the bus, I got my cushion covers on. Kitchen's pretty much finished. I'm getting some curtains. Yingling. Bathroom. I'm going to do a full extensive tour at some point. But tonight I'm just going to check my water tank. That's my goal tonight. So you can still see back in there. See if I can lighten this up. You can see back in there a little bit. Well, maybe not. But you see the water tank, you see the water pump, and all of my blue, which that's going to be the hot, and the other one's a flubub. And my blue line going to the toilet, and then over to the bathroom. So far so good. The tank seems to be holding the water. There's no leaks. So when I get ready to turn the pump on and open a spigot, I'll turn the camera back on. The moment of truth. So you're gonna watch this the same time I do, and if it's a mess, you'll get to see a mess. So this is the water pump. One second, I haven't connected it to the positive DC side yet. I'll be back, or I'll just show you. So I'm going to do a more, a better video, more comprehensive video on the power distribution panel, probably the next video. But for now, this is the DC side, which is what that pump is, so that you can run it when you don't have any shore power generator. This particular panel did not come with a DC bus, so I had to make one, which is this up here. So the negative side of the DC goes here, the positive side goes down here, and it gets fused. Just so you can see what I'm doing. Like I said, this is the negative side of the battery. This is the negative for the pump. So this needs to go on this bus. Doesn't really have to be in its own spot, but I don't really have an elaborate electrical scheme, so switches off. Okay, so I'm not even going to turn the camera off, I'm going with it here. So, switch for the water pump. Should prime the pump now. Hear it? I'm hoping it stops. Stopped. All right. So that means, hopefully I have no leaks, because it's not demanding it anywhere. And let's see, what do I want to try to run? Let's just go to the sink. Sink, cold water, come on baby. Air, good. Water, holy shit. I have water, people. I have running freaking water. Okay, moving on, checking water. I do have a leak I have to fix under the sink. Checking water. This is toilet. Yep, works well. You hear the pump, pump stops. Moving on to the kitchen. In my handy dandy little sink here that everyone seems to like. Cold water, air, and water. Yes, I'm fired up, baby. This is what it's all about right here. But that's it for this episode, and I really do appreciate a lot of you guys really coming on and subscribing to me and watching my videos. I get a lot of good feedback. Makes me feel good that people are getting something out of these videos, because this is how I learned, to be honest. I was handy. I could cut wood. I could do a lot of things. I'm an electrician by trade, and it's been a long, difficult process to do this bus by myself, but it's been rewarding because of people's comments in my videos and Instagram. I have an Instagram account, Hoosier Cruiser. On Instagram, you can follow me there, and of course my own personal Facebook. I post a lot of pictures and videos there. So thanks for watching, everyone, and thanks for subscribing. And I'm looking forward to the next episode, because pretty soon I'm going to be on the road to Indiana. I can feel it. Thanks a lot.